here I am going to explain variables in Java. What is variable? Name given to memory location, that is nothing but a variable. Variable is nothing but a name given to memory location whose value can be modified during execution of a program. That's why it is called as a variable. Now how to declare variable? Simple way is there, that is you have to write data type and then give variable name, and is equal to initial value is a optional part. Getting? Now here any data type you can mention, like integer, character, float, double, long, boolean, okay, or any reference type, means it any class name. Then variable name, here you can give any valid identifier name, and if you want to give any initial value then you can specify initial value. In Java, if you have declared any integer variable, then by default its initial value is 0. Okay, again if you are declaring any class variable, means object, then by default it will have initial value null, means object references for that initial value is always null. Next one is if you have declared any float variable, then initial value is 0.0f. Getting? Now whenever we declare any variable, here in this way we can declare variable in a Java, like int is a data type, variable name is a, and is equal to, you can specify your initial value. Okay, now 4 bytes will be reserved, and here initial value will be 10, name is a, and it may have any address, but we cannot fetch address because there is no any pointer concept in Java. Now next thing, see, we can change its value in the program. Here in this way we can initialize at the time of declaration, or if you want to specify or give any value to variable, this is the first way, this is called as initialization. Let you have declared any variable like boolean x, and you want to give any value to this x, then you can write like x equals to, let true. In this way you can assign value to variable. This is a way to assign value to variable. You can initialize it, or after declaration you can assign it. Okay, using assignment operator. Let y is again there, and you want to assign true to x and y both, then you can write like y equal to x equal to true. That is again fine. Okay, in this way you can give value to variable. Now there are basically 3 types of variables in Java, those I am going to explain. First is local variable. Second is, and third one is static variable. Static variables are also called as class variables. See, in a Java program, first we write class. Inside that class, we can declare some variables and some methods. Getting? In Java, if you are writing only main, then again you have to create a class. Inside that class, if you are declaring any variable outside all methods, but inside a class. Getting my point? See, just like data member we have seen in C++, in the same way we can create here instance variables. Let we have created one class, the name is ABC. Okay, here I am declaring one variable, let A. Okay, now here I have written that public static void main string args. Now let I am declaring here one more variable, b equals to 10. I am displaying here, let system dot out dot println b equal to plus b. Here we have to use plus to attach to variable and string in system dot out dot println. Okay, and here we will close, and we will close here again. Getting? Now one more variable here I am declaring like static. See, here I am writing C, and here I will write B, int B equals to 20 suppose. Okay, now see, in a class we can declare here variables just like data members in C++, and this is a method. Okay, class is a collection of data members and methods. Okay, attributes and methods. Now these attributes or these variables can be instance variable or class variable. There are two types of variables like instance and class variables. Those are defined inside class but outside methods. Getting? And in a method, if you are declaring any variable, that is called as a local variable to that method. If you are passing any arguments to that method, see here args we are passing. This is what this is an array of strings. This is local to this main. Okay, again if inside this, if you have placed any block, again internal any block is there, and in that block if you are declaring any variable, let for loop you are writing, and in that I variable you are creating in this main, then that I is again a local variable. Getting? Means local variables means declared inside any method or any block. Okay, local variables are declared inside any method or block. Now next, instance variable and static variable. These are declared inside class but outside methods. Always keep in mind. These are declared inside class but outside methods. Now see what is the difference between instance variable and static variable. Both are declared inside class but outside method, but if variable you are declaring inside class and outside methods with the help of static keyword, then that is called as a static variable or class variable. Here you have to declare inside class but outside method, but with static keyword. Getting? Now see, whatever instance variables of a class, instance variable of a class should be accessed using object dot always. If you want to access these outside that class, outside that package again, then you have to write here public. Getting? Here public, here again public. But if you want to access these variables only in that package, then no problem. In that class and in that package it is accessible now, because here that is not private access, this is a default access. Okay, now say next point. Here if any variable you have declared inside any method or any block, then you have to access that just like a normal variable without having object name, without having class name. Any local variable if you have declared, you have to just access using that variable name only. If you have declared any instance variable, this is called as instance variable. Why? Because there is a copy of, see, A, there is a different copy of A for each and every instance of that class, that is nothing but object of that class. That's why these are called as instance variables. If you want to access instance variable, then you have to create object of that class, and using object dot only you can access that instance variable. Next point, if you have created any static variable, then there is only one copy and that will be shared by all objects of that class. And see, you have to access static variables using class name dot. Getting? Class name is ABC here, you have to access like ABC dot B. How to access static variable. Getting? Here see, if you have written this main and inside that main you want to fetch this, again you can fetch. Okay, or if you have created any other class, then inside that also you can fetch. Okay, how? See, let here ABC class I have created, and inside that there is no main, so let there is any other method. Let here I am writing in one more method, display method. I will write like public. Let I am not writing that static word here while declaring that display method, then it will be again instance method, and instance method should be called using object dot. Okay, if you are writing here static, then that will be the class method. Okay, and that you have to call using class name dot, just like variable. Okay, here I am writing public, let void and just display. Okay, and here see, I am writing simple system dot out dot println hello. This is not main. Okay, and I am closing this class. Semicolon is optional. Now let I am creating one more class here again in this package again. Then see, this class is again having package access, means inside that package you can access this class. If you have written here public, then that class can be accessible everywhere. Okay, here I am writing one more class. Let class test, and here I have written like public static void main, that string args. Now here I want to create object of this class. Okay, you can create object like abc obj equal to new abc in this way. Now I want to access this a, okay, and that is which is related with this object. Then how to access? Simple, obj dot a equals to 10. Let it okay, and just I can again display using system dot out dot println that obj dot a. Now next I want to access this b. This b is not related with any instance, any object. It is a static variable or class variable, because we have declared this variable using static keyword. Okay, now this can be accessible like class name is here abc, here abc dot, you have to access that. Here I am writing abc dot name is b. In this way you have to access here that variable. Here also if you have written public static void main, in that also you can write the same thing. Okay, next if you want to access any local variable, if here there is any local variable, you can directly access. Getting? This is, in this way we can create multiple types of variables in our Java program. Basically all the variables are categorized into three types: local variables, instance variables and static variables. Whatever variables declared inside any method or any block, those are called as local variables. Instance variables means if you are declaring variables inside class but outside all the methods, that those are called as instance variables. Static variables are also called as class variables. And see, one point is remaining here. In case of instance variable, you have to access those variables using object dot. It is compulsory. Static variables are also called as class variables, and those are nothing but variables declared inside class, outside all the methods with static keyword. It is compulsory. And static variables are common to or shared by all the objects of that class. Those are called as class variables, and we have to access those static variables using class name dot. Getting? This is just a variables in Java concept. Variable is nothing but name given to memory location. In all these cases, memory will get allocated for those variables. Okay, see, class variable is always created whenever you will create that class. There is no need to create any instance of that class. Whenever you will create object of that class, then memory will get allocated for A. And here in that method, whenever control will be inside that method for execution, then memory will get allocated for that local variable. Inside that block only that is accessible. Okay, these are three types of variables in Java.